This is a performance and tutorial of an original effect called Connection. Performance comes first and the tutorial is after. This trick ideally takes place with 2 spectators. Okay, so spectator number 1, choose card. Spectator number 2, choose card. Fantastic. You look at your cards and memorize them. Okay, so you two are obviously very connected because you're a couple. Okay, so take your cards, which you both have memorized. Okay, you have now made a connection with those cards. These cards are now connected, and I'm going to prove it. Okay, we'll take these cards, put them on the piles here. I'll give both the piles a shuffle. Okay. Okay, so that's one pile. Give the other one a shuffle. Whoops. Okay, so we've got both the piles mixed up. Your cards are lost somewhere in here. I'm going to prove that your cards are connected. So put these cards together. Okay, cards are lost in there. Spectator number 1, wave your hand over the deck for me. Perfect. Spectator number 2, do the same. That's great. So you two are obviously very connected. You've now made a connection with the cards. The cards are now connected as well. Your connection flows through the cards. So that the cards are lost somewhere in there, but there's 2 cards left now. And the connection is obvious. Okay, so this is the tutorial for it. So the general pattern for this trick is about connections and about how the spectators are connected, because I always like to try and bring the tricks back to the spectator in some way and make it have a point. So 2 spectators preferably. One picks one picks another one, and while they're looking at the cards you make 2 roughly even piles of cards. Okay, so then they look at their cards. Whoa, matching cards. 7 of spades, 7 of clubs. Cool. They look at their cards. Right. And you talk about the connection and say they're obviously connected. Or you can do it another way. I'll show you another way afterwards. This way we're going to do it as if the people are connected. So you say, you're obviously very connected, and your connection flows through the cards, and I'll prove it, kind of thing. Okay, so you take their cards, place them on top of the piles, and then you say, I'm going to lose the cards or whatever, mix the cards up. Okay, so what we're going to do for the purposes of the tutorial, I'm going to leave the cards face up so you can see what's going on. So what we need to do, ideally do 3 shuffles per pile. At the end of all the shuffles you need to have 1 card on top of one pile and 1 card on the bottom of the other pile. It doesn't really matter which way around you do it, but personally I like to have this one on top, this one on bottom, just because. So what I do to do the shuffle is I peel down 1 card so it's at the bottom and shuffle the rest of the cards on top, just like that. And then because I like to do 3 shuffles per pile, I keep it at the bottom this time. So you peel down at the back as well as the front, and the card comes off, so it's still at the bottom, and you shuffle the rest of the cards on top. And then you just do a normal shuffle, peeling off cards until you have 1 card left, which is their card. So that one stays on top. So that one's on top, this one needs to go on the bottom. So you do the same thing, peel it down to the bottom, and then you just peel down and keep it at the bottom twice. You peel down, keep it at the bottom, and peel down, keep it at the bottom. Again, okay, so we got card at the bottom, card at the top. Then you say your cards are lost in there somewhere, and we're going to mix the cards up now together. Okay, so you take this one, you need to make sure the bottom card stays at the bottom and the top card stays at the top. You put their card down, there's the 7 of clubs. Shuffle the rest of the cards down, make sure the 7 of spades goes on top. Mix them together, and then you say, you two are obviously very connected, you can recap, say what you've done. Say the cards are obviously very connected now because you're connected, connection flows through the cards. So, cards at the bottom, cards at the top. It's a very simple move. All you do is pinch with your thumb and index finger on the back, and then all you do is literally just throw the cards down, holding it kind of tightly, just pinch a little bit, throw it down, and the 2 cards will come off, and you have their 2 cards. Okay, so as I said, you can do it with the spectators being connected, or you can do it, it might even be better this way if you have 2 spectators who aren't connected, who are complete strangers to each other, and you just say, I think you were destined to meet, because you have this great connection that I can see, and I can prove it through the cards. And then you come to the end and you say, you obviously have a very great connection. Maybe if those 2 spectators were a boy and a girl, might work a bit better. Something like that. Try and bring it back to the spectator, whatever you do, because I always think that's a bit better. Just a quick tip at the end of this. One other possible way to do the reveal at the end, if you don't want to throw your cards around, is what you could do is, obviously the cards would be face down. What you could do is get one of the spectators to cut the cards, just like this, so the cards end up next to each other. And then what you could do is spread the cards out, so you have the, well, I don't have a table here, but spread the cards out, the cards are next to each other. And at the start of the trick, make sure the spectators don't show each other their cards. And then you could say, spectator number 1, can you see your card? They'll say yes. Spectator number 2, can you see your card? Yes. Okay, on the count of 3, I want you to both point at your card, and you can do a demo and just say, I want you to put your finger down on the card where it is, and then they go 3, 2, 1, and then they'll point to adjacent cards. Put the hands right next to each other. And you can say, well, I think the connection speaks for itself, or something along those lines. The cards will be like that. Spread the cards out, all face up across the table or whatever. And you say, can you see your cards? Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and they both come down right next to each other and said, well, I think the connection speaks for itself. Something like that is another way to reveal it. But yeah, that was connection. Thanks for watching. End of trick.